When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the new Prologue EV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
For spring break, if you challenge yourself, 8 weeks free at MetaFast Weight Control Centers.
Live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
I don't want to open a can of worms, and we might have talked about this before, but I got a question.
I'm ready.
Let's say Tiger wins the Masters.
Yes.
What's to prevent him and his representatives from going to the PGA and say, look, if you want me to play at the Harbor Town, it's going to cost you $12 million?
They don't do that.
No, I know they don't. Why? What is there an agreement?
Nothing would prevent them, but I don't. They don't pay. They don't need them. They can go to Harbor Town, and the TV ratings won't be as good, but they're fine.
Okay, but tell me
they
what
don't
you
need
just...
him. Golf does not need Tiger Woods.
Okay, well, then tell me what you just told me.
Well, yes, the prices for badges are way up, but that's part of that's the economy too. But
what about the television ratings?
Yeah, they'll be very high, but he's if he goes out and finishes 14th, then who gives a damn? He's not going to win. Okay, he's not going to win.
I don't not have him in any of the games I'm playing with people. Mm-hmm. I have not picked him. No,
he's going to be there on the board, be close. Something will happen, and he'll have to take the driver out and hit it in the woods.
Okay.
Can't hit the driver. Well, now, he doesn't have to hit it too often anymore, but he's great. It's a comeback story. People love the comeback story, but if he comes back and wins once, then yay, he won once. Now we can get on with our lives.
Did you make
even if he wins, he's still a 12th best player playing right now.
I'm not disputing any of that. Did you make your 1,500 ESPN picks?
Yes.
And you did not take him?
No.
Either did I.
No, I took a lot of guys like Xander Schauffele. And
I'll tell you who I took. You tell me who you took.
Weirberger. I don't have it with me.
All right.
Gerhard Weirberger.
No. See if you took any of these. Here's my KSTP choices.
Okay.
And all we're doing is adding up total strokes, right?
Yeah, whoever finishes lowest in that group of 9, right? I would guess. That's what it is. No,
it's going to be my total strokes against your total strokes.
Is that what the contest is?
Is Reavers in there?
Well, if you don't make the cut, what happens if you don't make the cut?
You lost that player, so. Oh, that's a good.
You don't want total.
That's
strokes.
A good question.
Yeah. No, it's got to be where you finish, I would guess. And
Reavers, how's the damn thing work?
Okay, give me a second so I can pull up the email.
Anyway, give me your names.
Justin Rose.
I believe I took him.
McIlroy.
I'm not sure who he was.
Tommy Fleetwood, my dark horse.
No.
Patrick Reed.
I got Patrick Reed.
Charlie Hoffman.
No.
Bubba.
Got to take Bubba. Bubba to me is the favorite.
Berger.
Nope, didn't take Berger.
I got that Canadian Hadwin.
Didn't take him.
And Russell Henley.
I'd have to see the list again.
And Russell Henley.
I'd have to see the list again. I know that the last guy I took was Gerhard Weirberger or whatever. The guy. I took Xander Schauffele somewhere in there. I had to take John Rahm. I know that. I'm a big John Rahm guy.
With this TCL TV on.
You didn't take Justin Thomas? The best player in the world?
Not in this Not in this one. I'm in a couple of others.
He's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I do believe him.
This is the TCL 55-inch TV. We have it on the par 3 contest. I've never seen the par 3 contest look better than it does right here on this TV. TCL.
It
America's
does.
fastest
it does
growing
look good.
TV
and
brand.
Just
And
watching.
I'm not even doing an ad for them today.
Just watching the 80-year-old Jack and the 90-year-old player and the 70-year-old Watson try to take it back on that hole there. There's got to be 10,000 people, and the hole's 100 yards long. How can you not kill somebody? Oh.
Reeves, how you doing?
I was just waiting for you two to take a pause.
Pause. You mean
Here
to tell
is
me.
how the 1500 ESPN Majors Fantasy Golf Challenge works.
Beautiful.
It'll encompass all 4 majors in the PGA Championship, so you got to do this every few months.
I got to do it again?
Yeah, you don't get the same grouping each time. You have to
I gotta pick
re-choose
a
your
guy
golfers.
again. Okay.
Yeah. So you choose a golfer from each of the 9 tiers prior to the start of the
So
championship.
everybody gets 9 players.
The scores of your 9 golfers will be added together, and the contestant with the lowest cumulative number of strokes will be the winner.
Well, then
doesn't
I
make
want
sense.
a guy not to make the
Well,
cut.
my guess is you'll be penalized for selecting a golfer that would not make the
I would
cut.
hope so.
Yeah. The winner of each tournament will receive.
Stop. I know I'm not the math guy, and I'm not trying to be funny. I got 9 players.
Yes.
The lowest total strokes of the 9, everybody picks 9, and your lowest strokes win.
Yeah, for the whole season, though, not just this week, right?
No, this is just for the Masters.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're not. But tell them that their explanation doesn't explain what happens when somebody misses the cut.
yeah, if I get 3 players who don't miss the cut, I'm going to win the thing.
No, my guess is you will receive some type of penalty if
you
your
should be
player.
throwing out like the bum you are.
Right, that would be my guess. And as we mentioned, each championship is a different selection.
But the
So-
explanation does not tell us what happens if you miss the cut.
Well, now I got to change everything because
I'll
I
be
got
right
a little
back.
something going with. I got a little something
Look
going
at
with
it
people
again.
picking 5 players, and we were going to do strokes.
I'm sending a note.
What do you do if you lose a player?
Yes.
I didn't think of that.
Well, you're going to lose one. One of them won't make it. One of the 5 won't make it. So, although
Maybe you do it this way: of your players who make the cut, lowest strokes. There.
but what if one of you has 3 make it and the other has 4?
See, I shouldn't be involved in this.
No, they just. I'm sure there's a very good formula. They just should explain it to us, right?
I have an email sent to the program director and our friend Elizabeth in promotions,
Okay.
and I will get
They'll
an
tell
answer
us
to
what
you
happens when
as
somebody
soon
misses
as
the cut.
possible.
I think if somebody misses the cut, you have to come down to the station and we throw rotten tomatoes at you.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what happens when you're talking Masters, don't you?
Ross Berkman had long dreamed of attending the Masters. His dream was coming true. He was about to get on a plane and head east to attend the practice round at Augusta National today with 3 friends. Then, yes, it actually happened. His dog, Sierra, ate his tickets.
No way.
John, I must make an admission before you continue the story.
Yes.
We've been watching last year's Par 3 contest and commenting on it because
Really?
this year's has been canceled due to rain.
Severe weather.
Their home of sports talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for that look at sports.
At any
Especially
moment.
because Arnie's been dead for 6 months, hasn't he? I mean,
This guy here is dead.
We were talking about how Arnie was hospitalized 2 weeks ago, and now he's playing.
Looking pretty good.
You know, that'll just remind me, don't ever put ESPN Classic on in there when you guys are doing the show.
They'll read everything you put on the teleprompter. When did Mickey Mantle come back?
Just hit a home run.
The really funny part is we had 5 people about 10 minutes ago watching with rapt attention to what was going on.
We were watching it with you.
In fact, I'm going to turn it off. Why is it even on? Hey, did you hear?
When did we get the update from Columbia? That was at a Masters. wasn't it?
that was on during Saturday Sports Talk.
If anybody's listening to the bet I arranged, I'll have to text you because or talk to you or something because I forgot about what happens if you get cut.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
They do that in golf. They banish you. They put you in the penalty box for 30 seconds.
You feel shame.
Did you
Yes.
hear the impressionist that Harrigan found who does the golfers?
No.
Oh, you got to play it for him, Rook.
The audio?
Audio.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to physically mimic these guys?
Mm-hmm.
Peter Jacobson does guys.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's doing voices.
Wow. I'm not sure how many voices I'm familiar with. I guess Rory, because it's distinctive.
Well, Podrick.
Tiger,
Podrick.
Sergio. Yeah.
Ian Poulter.
I don't know Poulter.
Tiger. Yeah,
I wouldn't
Poulter.
know if it was Poulter.
Here we go.
Here, we'll start with Poulter.
All right.
It was difficult, but I qualified for Augusta, which is a nice surprise for everyone, as I'm the most exciting player on the tour. That's just my opinion, but I know I'm right.
I don't know.
All right, well, you'll know the rest of it.
Podrick.
I won't be competing at Augusta this year. Between playing not great golf and my cholesterol going up and down, it hasn't been a great year.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
My cholesterol going up and down.
He's as Irish as it gets.
Yeah.
Dustin Johnson.
As you can probably tell from the tone of my voice, expression of my face, I can't wait for Augusta, man.
Sergio.
Yeah, he's got the boredom down.
Yeah, I think.
Sergio.
Yeah, I think last year was incredible, amazing. To win the green jacket. I think.
That's a good
It's
surgery.
incredible, but I come back this year, all I hear about is Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. If I hear Tiger one more time.
That was good.
And Tiger.
Conditions are really tough out there. Really, really, really tough.
Young
But, I thought I played well. I really did. And, I can't wait for the weekend. I feel good. I really do.
Little too much enthusiasm.
I know, but it's pretty
little
good.
too much.
It's pretty good.
Enthusiasm. It's pretty good. Yeah.
My dauber's down. I got to redo this whole damn thing.
Yeah. All right. We'll find out. There's got to be some solution for missing the cut.
All right, just a moment. We'll be back shortly.
A caller who's monitoring the Masters. They just showed Tony Finau making a one-on-one.
Hole in one.
A hole in one, and then turning his ankle.
Ouch.
In celebration.
When he was running in celebration.
Was that now or last year?
We wanted to know if that happened. And what are they telling us about it? Is it serious? Because I got him among my 9. We also have the rules.
We got it now.
Are you ready?
We figured something out.
I'm going to turn my mic off and bow to the Masters.
Now we are doing this on a daily basis. Your stroke total, right?
Yeah.
So if your
Please
man
do not look at me for any confirmation.
If your man does not make the cut on Saturday and again on Sunday, he has to take a score that is 1 stroke higher than what anybody else shot on that day. In other words, if the high score is a 78 by Matsuyama, you got to give your guy a 79.
You got to give your cut guy a 79.
79. And if you got 2 cut guys, you got to give each of them a 79.
If you got 4 cut guys, you got to give them
I got news
79.
for you. You got 2 cut guys.
Yeah.
You ain't winning.
No, that's true. That is true.
Look up Tony Finau, Finau.
And see if he broke his ankle.
Is there a bulletin?
The only thing I'm seeing on Twitter is a video that's a GIF, as we like to call it, that's circulating, showing, oh my God, that looks painful.
Yes.
Yeah, but when do you think that was taken?
It looks like this was today.
Pat, you lost Finau. He broke his foot.
I can go in and change, right?
You still got time, because technically you don't have to have it entered in until tomorrow.
No, I did it Monday, so.
Yeah, you got time.
But I would never be able to remember how to do it.
Oh, that's going to hurt his jump shot. Ow, that looked like it hurt.
What a
Did that moron do that today?
Yes.
Here's the story, folks. He hit a hole in one, and he ran down the fairway in celebration. All of a sudden, he collapsed.
As you do there. No, he was starting to run up the rise,
Yeah.
and he twisted his ankle when he turned around to wave at his kid.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any news reports yet on his current status.
Guy's playing good.
That was a heck of a shot he made.
Yeah, he kind of drew it in from way over on the right-hand side. That was a hell of a hole in one.
So
they have about 5 a day down there.
Yeah.
When they have the par 3.
So we're playing baseball tonight in Pittsburgh.
We still on? We still going?
Yeah, as far as I know, I have not seen
haven't
anything.
seen anything. They might as well play. What the hell? It ain't going to get any better.
But I
for a
tell you
month.
what, Joe, if you want to entertain yourself, I know you're not much for social media, but throw out a question to the Twins president about playing at U.S. Bank Stadium. He's been dodging those bullets for about the last 48 hours.
What do they want to do? What do they want to do?
They keep asking him if they're going to play indoors. And he says, no, we are not playing at U.S. Bank Stadium.
For one thing, they have the monster trucks in there this weekend.
Oh, boy.
So you would really have a lumpy infield if you were going to go in there and play. You get some bad hops there. They have the monster trucks. That's why the Gophers have to go to Purdue to play, because they can't get in there either, because we got hundreds of tons of dirt in there right now. Stop being so stupid, people. You're stupid. Even if they wanted to, the American League is not going to allow you to switch stadiums.
And Searook, that's how it's done.
Are you sure?
You know what you should do? You should track them down, knock on the door, and say, you're banned from ever going to a baseball game again as long as you live. Don't darken my old man used to say, don't darken our doorstep. Don't darken our doorstep, you morons. They're still asking him if they're going to play indoors. Are they doing it just to agitate him now?
Part of me wonders if that's part of it.
That must be part of it.
Yeah.
Now.
And give me your phone. You are no longer allowed to tweet.
No.
Right, you're done.
Hey.
I'm trying to take care of this thing I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Are you updating your golf?
+1 if they're cut.
He's trying to contact his pool partners to say, we got to have a system for people to miss the cut.
Okay.
Who knows?
Well, how many of those guys that you pick are going to miss the cut?
Tiger might get beat up fighting over a girl at Denny's and not get there Friday. Then you got to give him the higher score or something. So, right?
You're going to take the highest score in the field +1.
+1. That's not a bad idea.
Miss the cut.
I'm glad we had a plan because now who is our co-sponsor for this thing, or is it just us?
Well, I know the
wait
winner.
A minute. Here's Finn out playing right here.
Good.
Maybe he didn't twist his ankle.
He did.
Twist his ankle, but he might still be playing.
He twisted his ankle.
Now, the winner of the Masters pool that we're conducting this weekend, the winner will get a trip for 4 to Craigan's for some golf.
Is that right?
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So it's the guy that got.
That's when the golf opens up there about June 18th or so. Huh?
Right.
The way it's going.
So it's the guy that got cut, and that the highest score.
No, you got
+1.
Okay. Okay. Good.
It's the players who made the cut.
Not
on Saturday and Sunday. Who amongst them had the highest score?
Okay, but it's not.
Yes. The vehicle has lift car now.
It's +1.
+1. Okay. Not +2. Okay.
No,
Thank
+1.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, anyway.
I'm glad we got that out.
I'm not here tomorrow. I'm at the opener. So
you're taking a day of vacation?
You're going to have to watch. Yes, you're going to have to watch the Masters on your own in here tomorrow. The Twins got no chance again from 3 to 4 tomorrow. You'll be watching golf.
But just to be clear, you're going to go to that Twins game at Target Field.
Yes,
not at U.S. Bank Stadium.
Is that you're not going to US? You're not going inside? What if they play inside tomorrow?
Yeah, they could play inside.
I hope somebody sees you in the plaza and asks you.
The worst thing.
Stop calling and asking.
The worst thing about social media is it is demonstrated that all these years, when you used to get 10 letters about something, you thought there were 10 idiots out there, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now you realize
there's a million.
Now you realize there's thousands. Because they communicate. The electronic communication's a terrible thing. It's a voicemail. Voicemail. We should have stopped it right there.
We had her
Voicemail.
nailed. Good enough.
Voicemail. That was good enough.
Sports Talk will return shortly. But now, thanks to our good friends in Owatonna, Minnesota, at Federated Insurance, where it's their business to protect your business, and nobody does that better than Federated. It's Bruce Vail from the Wall Street Journal and Your Money Now.
Well, didn't they used to say years ago that every one letter you got represented like 1,000 listeners? Something of that nature?
There was something like that.
Yeah, now those 1,000 all write in, I guess, through social media. Stocks recovered from some steep early declines today, closing higher after another volatile session. Investors are now betting that the trade dispute between the U.S. and China is just negotiating on both parts. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 230 points, closing at 24,264. The NASDAQ Composite rose 100 points, and the S&P 500 gained 30. Employers added new workers at a pretty good pace last month. The payroll processing company ADP said the private sector added 241,000 jobs, easily beating estimates. And Facebook now says it believes that information on as many as 87 million of its users may have been improperly shared with an analytics firm tied to the 2016 campaign of President Trump. That's up from the 50 million previously reported. I'm Bruce Vail with your Money Now on 1500 ESPN.
All righty, thank you, Bruce. This traffic sponsored by KFC. Not a lot of early congestion. A couple quick problems, though, both on 35W southbound. There's a crash, 35W southbound at 31st Street. The left lane there is partially blocked. And if you move down the road a ways, another crash, 35W southbound at 42nd Street. The right shoulder there is blocked. Otherwise, things running pretty smoothly. KFC's $20 Phillips will feed a family of 4 with 8 pieces of delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2 sides of taters and gravy, coleslaw, and 4 flaky biscuits for just $20. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Could have record cold overnight tonight, down to 9. 34 tomorrow for the Twins opener. Right now, we've got 29 degrees.
Justin Thomas, Ricky Fowler, Alexander Noren, Patrick Reed, Xander Schauffele, Bubba Watson, Tony Finau, one-legged Tony Finau, Thomas Peters, and Bernd Weisberger is my team.
Who's your plus one?
We don't have that yet.
Oh,
here's John Height.
Thanks, Joe. It's sunny and 29 degrees. Wild, they'll play tonight. They're back in action on the West Coast, playing Anaheim.
And I saw that Doobie's going to play, and then he's not going to play again. Doobie's got the game tonight, and then they're going to let Stalock play the last 2.
Up to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Unless they're bringing up a third goalie that maybe going to play one of them. I don't know.
Wild also announcing today a Wild Playoffs Spirit Contest.
Oh! Yes!
I hope the rules aren't as complicated as this Masters thing.
They're a little weird, yeah. Schools can enter a photo of the school, elementary, middle, or high school that demonstrates their Wild playoff spirit. However they wish to do that, they then
I'm betting on Woodbury.
They then upload it to www.wild.com/spirit.
I don't know. Carver Elementary might be in for one here because I got a Wild fanatic.
The Wild will pick 2 winning schools, one within the metro and one in greater Minnesota.
Brooke, what's the one you did earlier? It's all right.
It's all right. It's okay. You will work for us someday. That's the private school versus public school chant.
That's the one that they used to give to St. Thomas Academy.
Exactly.
The metro school
with a nice little welding program.
The metro school that wins will get a pep rally with Nordy, Wes Walls, and
I don't like that Nordy.
And in-arena announcer Rusty Kath.
I don't trust him.
Well, you don't know what sex he is. He's asexual.
What animal he is.
Hey, Nardi. Taco.
Come on, Furby. What are you, a boy or a girl?
Not a Furby.
Let's see.
What do you identify as?
Yes, right. Yeah, that's right. I guess we can't ask him now, right?
Nordy, are you fluid?
We can't ask him now. Damn it.
The school in greater.
What if you asked Nordy what he identified as and he just, or it just shrugged his shoulders like,
Because I can't really say anything.
The school
they can do it, man. They'll have every little school in the metro area trying to win this contest.
The school in greater Minnesota that wins will win a team autographed Wild jersey that they can hang in the school.
Do you know that about 5 years ago when we thought that they wouldn't lose in the first round of the playoffs, we were foolish enough, that I rode in with the Woodbury bus.
Sure.
With the bunch of kids and the Woodbury fan bus rode in with, and Nordy was on the bus.
Ooh, I remember that.
Nordy was on the bus.
Yeah, you and Nordy are not like this.
No, well.
Were you grilling him about his sexuality?
One of my grandkids who shouldn't be identified was pulling the fur off Nordy, and
Yeah.
Twins and Pirates.
Trying to find answers?
Twins and Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh. Game underway about 5:05 our time. Jake Odorizzi for the Twins. Nivan Nova goes
Now
for
let me go. So Nordy in the new nomenclature would be Q.
I guess.
L, B.
Questioning.
Questioning.
Right.
Questioning.
No. He'd have to be the second Q.
There's another Q.
Well, there's two Qs.
Queer.
Yeah, the first one's queer.
No, questioning. I don't think queer is one.
There's quiet.
Right. That's the third,
Well,
that's the third
Nordy's
cue.
quiet. He doesn't say much.
That's the third cue. You're still in the closet with your vacuum.
Excuse me.
with Kermie.
Kermit. That's K.
That's a K.
News notes. News notes from today. Police in Minneapolis are announcing new steps to make sure officers use the body cameras in the wake of last summer's fatal shooting of an unarmed woman who had called 911. These new requirements will include stricter requirements for activation and progressive discipline for officers who don't do it. The department was strongly criticized after last July's fatal shooting of Justine DeMond because the officers involved had not activated their cameras. Performance is still lackluster 9 months after the department tried to address the issue. The new rules announced today require officers to activate the cameras at least 2 blocks away or immediately if they're dispatched to a closer incident. A day after 36,000 Oklahoma teachers took part in a massive walkout demanding higher pay and an increase in school funding, the music teachers among them picked up their instruments and blasted out their anthem, "We're Not Gonna Take It" by Twisted Sister. Ray Lovelace, a single mom and third grade teacher at a public school, said, "If I didn't have a second job, I'd be on food stamps." She says she works 30 to 40 hours a week at a second job teaching online courses for charter school. Thanks to its catchy and direct refrain, teachers in Kentucky, New Jersey, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania have also taken up the medal anthem as a sort of rallying cry over the past several months, prompting Twisted Sister frontman Dee Snider to tweet about the peculiarity of the song choice. He said, "Well, I totally support underpaid teachers' cause. It's kind of weird that a song that was in the filthy 15 back in the 80s is now every oppressed group's battle cry."
Whoever's caddying for Jack Nicklaus just got a hole in one. Could
Really?
be a grandkid maybe or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is this year's Masters.
I think so.
Okay.
Here's a good story. A quick-thinking Good Samaritan saved the life of a young driver after his car burst into flames after a single car crash in a Chicago suburb last month. Police today released dash cam video showing 58-year-old Jose Martinez pulling an unidentified 34-year-old man from the burning vehicle in Aurora, Illinois on March 31st. Martinez ran from his home across the street when he saw the accident take place just after midnight. Another bystander,
I would have been sitting there looking through my curtains. What the hell is going
Mrs.
on?
Kravitz, Mr. Kravitz.
What's going on out
Right.
there?
Another bystander, 29-year-old Devin Johnson, then helped Aurora police drag the victim farther away from the vehicle as officers checked for passengers and worked to put out the flames. A driver charged with DUI and multiple traffic offenses. He suffered some burns. According to Aurora police, to say Jose's actions were heroic and brave are an understatement. Had he not taken immediate action, the driver would not have lived. Devin should also be commended for assuring the man was out of harm's way.
And he was over the legal limit?
That's correct, yes.
So he was really flammable then.
Breathing some fire.
Hadn't looked at it that way. A relaxing soak in a hot tub, of course, is a time-honored stress reliever, but the advantages are apparently not confined to humans, with monkeys also benefiting from spa time.
Really?
They're related. Anybody who thinks they aren't related is crazy.
How long is this massage going to be?
This is according to new
My
research.
car's getting fixed.
New research from Japan.
What kind of car?
Monkey car. They love cars.
It's a monkey car.
Japan's snow monkeys are known for their love of hot springs in the country's northern Nagano region, with tourists flocking to take pictures of the meditating monkeys soaking in steaming baths.
What happened, sir? Did you do you have a dead battery? No, it looks like I blew a seal.
It was long assumed that the blissed out bathers were simply trying to warm up during the chilly winter months. But experts now at the Primate Research Institute at Kyoto University, who observed 12 female Japanese monkeys in 2014 in the monkey park in Nagano, found there was more to it. They examined the bathing behavior of the monkeys, collected their excrement to measure glucorticoid.
Huh?
That's a hormone.
That's it. You can get it. It's in there.
It's a hormone whose concentration increases when stress levels are high.
So they look at that, and they found that stress levels in the monkeys aged between 5 and 24
This going somewhere?
were about 20% lower on average after bathing.
They checked the poop afterwards
After they bathed.
had indicated less stress.
That's correct.
Unless they took a bath.
You have summed it up, Patrick, in one sentence.
Well, that's good.
Why are monkeys always involved in poop, though? Is it because they like to throw it and excrement? They like
They're
to
fixated on it. They are fixated.
They don't have a lot of manners.
They're like little kids. They're very fixated on it.
At the fork in the road with manners and no manners, we took manners, our ancestors. The other monkey people, they took no manners.
Some of us did.
Right.
You ever listen in this room when the mics are off?
Well, that's true.
You know what kids don't say like we used to? That they're pooped out.
Pooped out.
I'm
pooped.
tired. I'm pooped. They don't say they got a whole different view of it.
Well, when you have two young boys, the word poop is thrown around the house every
Potty
other
talk,
word.
naughty
but
talk.
not pooped
But
out.
not as in, it's
Not as I'm
a
tired.
form of fatigue.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my point.
Right.
I know you guys are wondering. Roseanne stayed on a roll last night in the ratings. The ABC sitcom stumbled a bit, of course, after its week one premiere, but managed a remarkable showing in week number 2, topping all scripted telecasts for the night and probably, it looks like, for the week. ABC's half-hour episode of the revived sitcom averaged a 3.9 rating among adults 18 to 49 and 15.2 million viewers. That's a drop of 17.
3.9 gets you 15 million.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I noticed. I looked at all the other shows for the evening.
It was Nicholas's grandson who got the hole-in-one.
Wow.
Did you guys see the Onion headline about Roseanne?
No.
Roseanne taping repeatedly interrupted by reporters trying to interview members of white working class.
The audience.
I think it's great that Roseanne's back.
John?
It's fine. Yeah,
John?
sure. Uh-huh.
Noticeably silent? Yes.
John?
What can I do for you?
I think.
What makes me wish Kenny Olsen was here?
One of his favorites.
Yeah.
In Great Britain, a homeowner's landscaping session took an unexpected turn when she unearthed a classic car buried in her back garden.
Ooh.
Tracy Ward from Guernsey and her father, Brian Russell, were digging out a rock garden when the pair started to find pieces of metal. Further excavation revealed a chassis, engine block, front bumper, window frames, and other parts. Local car experts said a number of plate and gearbox, the numbers on a number plate, and a gearbox indicate it's a Daimler, probably from the 1940s or 50s. Ms. Ward says she was very surprised by the discovery. Mr. Russell said he believed other parts had yet to be unearthed. He said we're scraping the top of the barrel at the moment. He said there's plenty more underneath. Heather Fattorini from the Guernsey Old Car Club said the reason for the burial were all a bit of an unknown. She said the previous owner of the house in St. Peter's may have started renovating the vehicle before giving up and putting a rock garden over the car to hide it. Club president Michael Fattorini said the unearthed remains suggest the model may be from the 1940s or 50s. Ms. Ward says, ideally, if it's of interest to anybody, we'd like them to come and take it away. She added, if it's not claimed, they likely will either rebury it or take it to the scrapyard.
The bad guys in Hell and High Water, they buried their cars. They buried, that movie, Hell and High Water. They buried the cars they did their robberies with.
You had an astronomer find earlier, Joe, right? During GL?
Yeah.
How about this one? An esteemed astronomer announced a groundbreaking discovery of a bright light in the night sky. Peter Dunsby, a professor from the University of Cape Town, published his find on Astronomer's Telegram, which allows experts to share their discoveries. The report described a very bright optical transient visible moving object near the Trifid and Lagoon Nebula.
Wow.
His report read the object was visible through the full duration of the observation and not seen when this field was observed previously. The optical transient is the brightest star in the field. Further observations are strongly encouraged to establish the nature of this bright optical transient. Well, Dr. Dunsby had to issue a follow-up alert just 40 minutes later.
One of those never mind deals.
After realizing the object was actually Mars.
Got one job.
Stars are overrated. I mean, what good do they do you? Yeah. Okay, look at those stars. Okay, fine.
A lot of excitement, though, leading up to it, John, thinking he had really made a big discovery.
He thought he had a new body out there. Dr. Dunsby said our sincerest...
His hands start shaking.
What am I going to call it?
Right.
Well, idiot, it's Mars.
Dr. Dunsby said our sincere apologies for our earlier report and inconvenience caused. Despite detailed maps of the night sky, planets do move around a lot, according to Science Alert. That means objects millions of miles away can look deceptively like exciting new discoveries, as in this case. Well, the Astronomer's Telegram has a Twitter feed, and they started making a little bit of fun of Dr. Dunsby. Tweeted to Brian Gensler, a journey of astronomical discovery in 2 acts. Lots of people tweeted support, though, for the doctor. Said, well, yeah, but how many people can say they discovered a planet?
You have to play in the par 3 tournament if you're in the field?
No, you do not. Numerous people do not.
All right.
I think what Joe is saying, John, is that he was really not interested by your story.
He doesn't really care about this story.
Was that the planet story?
I think John knows what's ahead for the next 2 days, and he's not going to get offended, right?
I do not get offended either.
So it's Masters Week.
Yes, it's Masters Week.
By the way, this guy's no schmo. He's the founding director of the South African National Astrophysics and Space Science Program.
He's a schmo. He mistook Mars for a new star.
Right. He's also been the recipient of the S2A3 British Association Medal for Research.
Not the S2A3.
Well, but he
the
might,
S2A3.
How old is he? He might be getting a little senile.
I saw a picture of him. He looked maybe my age.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, by the way, Jack's 78. I thought he was 80 by now, but he's only 78. Nicholas. We were just discussing that in here during the break.
And his grandson, who hit the hole-in-one?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Got to be in, 30s then?
No, I doubt it.
I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
The last week
How
of
about that planet story?
the last week of March, citizens of the unincorporated town of Indian Land, South Carolina, voted overwhelmingly against incorporating. But on the same ballot used to cast votes was a write-in area asking voters what the town name should be if the resolution were to pass.
Yeah.
More than 700 people wrote in names, with the majority wanting it to stay Indian Land, even if they incorporated. The alternatives, though, well, let me read you some of them.
Okay.
Some things took on a personal view, like one guy wanted Gregville, another guy wanted to be Markstown, and Jason Land got 2 votes. Also on the list, Kiss My Buttburg.
Oh, we're getting to Kenny Olson Town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. None of your bleeping Businessville.
D's Nutsville.
What animals is these?
What is these animals?
And Poopland.
Okay, Poopland. That would be popular with the youth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very popular.
Other voter selections included Party Town and Fancy Town. Also, welcome to Abomination, Idiot Land, or Dingleton were the other 3 that were mentioned as the names people wrote in. A teenager who was fat-shamed at a bakery in Great Britain spent $54 buying every cupcake in the store despite the woman who had taunted her.
Wait, say that again?
A teenager who was fat-shamed at a bakery spent $54 buying every cupcake in the store despite the woman who had taunted her.
Oh.
Well, what?
Vega Blossom was...
She made him $54. What would the woman...
That's good marketing.
Yeah.
Hey, get over here, fatty. What are you going to have?
No, it was... other customers that were fat-shamed.
Oh, it wasn't the counter worker.
They were waiting, as you will see here in just a
John,
moment.
I'm paying attention.
I thought maybe they were from New York.
Even I have this one in hand.
The whole point of the story
She's
is she
depriving these other loudmouths of eating a cupcake.
Very good, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Vega Blossom was waiting in line at her...
Oh, I get it.
I thought it was just a mean New York counter baker.
No, this is in Great Britain.
Oh, you know what? It's not in Great Britain. I thought when I wrote
just
this,
Britain.
It's in Indiana, Valparaiso, Indiana.
Close enough.
Great Indiana.
A bakery's a bakery.
Vega Blossom was waiting in line at her favorite bakery in Valparaiso, Indiana, when she overheard a woman in her 40s standing behind her say, "Let's hope this fat bee doesn't buy all the cupcakes."
Wow. That is worse than fat shit.
And guess what she did? She bought all the cupcakes.
The 19-year-old had originally planned on buying a half dozen cupcakes to share with workers and family, but then decided she's buying the shop's entire stock of 20 to teach the rude onlooker a lesson. Her viral post described what she actually called a petty reaction to the incident, saying she was petty in this case. She's racked up 67,000 likes and 23,000 shares on Facebook. She said, "When I heard the nasty things the women said, I honestly wanted to cry. It hurt my feelings. Things like this don't usually bug me, but the fact I didn't know these women and that they would say this I swallowed the hurt and thought of the best possible thing I could do to get back at them. As she said, she got her final revenge as she walked out the bakery. She said, I looked the pair straight in the eye and said, could you please get the door for me? My hands are full.
Very good revenge, fatty.
Vegas shared the spoils with her coworkers, friends, and family over the Easter break before posting the story to social media.
Well, that's good. John,
she was a big girl.
I think we can let you go.
She was a big girl.
I heard Wick yesterday from the Masters.
Yes, he was. Wick wouldn't miss it, man. He's got to be well in his 20s for his number of trips. To
I bet more.
Masters, probably 30.
30
by now.
How many did you do?
18.
18?
Yeah, did 18 in about 20 years. One of the few I missed during that run was Jack's in 86.
86.
Yeah, we decided, I don't know what the deal was, what was going on at St. Paul. We didn't cover it that year, but that was a bad one to miss. But
Phil could become the oldest now. He could eclipse Jack.
That's right. Yeah, he's 47, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's hitting it good enough, too.
What's coming up?
Well, we are having the hockey half hour with Jess Myers at 5:30. But before that, the great Tim Kirkjian from ESPN on the baseball season. And then we got a bunch of talk about opening day, Wild, Wolves, all kinds of good stuff.
Well, what are these stats referring to?
This is Adrian Beltre's career. He's the sports person of the day.
Oh.
And Adrian just tied Rodney Carew for the most hits by a Latin American player.
Really?
Yep. The great third baseman of the Texas Rangers. So,
how many times the Tigers been postponed so far this season?
Today was their third postponement since the season was alleged to start last Thursday.
They've been home ever since, right?
Yes. They did them the big favor of having them home.
It really is.
One of the worst places for weather that you're going to find at this time of year, Detroit, right by that big lake, man.
1500 ESPN is KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis. It's 29 degrees.